I'm going to do everything without using any makeup brushes at all. Hi everybody! So today I'm going to do a makeup tutorial for you, and I'm going to do everything without using any makeup brushes at all. So if you happen to go on a trip, you're like, crap, I don't have any makeup brushes, and you don't want to go buy a bunch of them, if you have these products, or if you can find these products, which most of them are pretty cheap, you don't need to have any makeup brushes. So I'm going to go ahead and start the tutorial and show you guys what to do. Okay, first thing is put some chapstick on, or lip balm. That's just to prepare our lips so that when we put our gloss or our lipstick on later, our lips will be nice and supple, soft. So the first step we're going to do is putting on a primer, which don't really need one for makeup brush for that. But the one that I have, I just received in the mail, so I haven't used it yet. Normally I use the, let's see here. Normally I use this Mirabella Prime, which I got in my Ipsy bag, which I really like. I've used this, or I also, if you'd like something cheaper, can use the NYC Smooth Skin Primer. But I'm going to go ahead and try this out. So this is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. So just get a little bit onto your back of your hand and just rub that all over the face. So again, with primer, you don't really need makeup brushes anyways. Okay, now I'm going to let that sink into our skin a little bit. Next step is putting on some foundation, and I am just using a tinted moisturizer from e.l.f. and this is in Nude. Okay, and some people need a powder, some don't. I do need a powder, so I'm just actually going to be using this e.l.f. clarifying pressed powder, and it actually comes with a little powder. So I'm just going to go ahead and use that instead of like normally I use a brush. Okay, so that's done. If you need to, you can put a little concealer on, which I don't need any right now, but if I were going to use some, I would use the Sonia Kashuk Hidden Agenda Concealer. So if you need that, just go ahead and pat that around your face if you need it. Next, I'm going to do the eyes. So this is really faded, but it's the Lorac Behind the Scenes Eye Primer. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that onto my eyelids. I'm going to be using an eye base, and I'm going to be using a NYX, an NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil. This is in 603 Pots and Pans, so it's like a silver color. So that's what it looks like. And I'm just gonna rub that all over the eye. Okay, so we have our base on. So now we're gonna use eyeshadow, and we're just gonna use our fingers. And you can even blend, you know, when you use your fingers. I've done it before. So what we're gonna use is I'm using my Lorac Pro palette, and the base color that I'm gonna be using is Pewter. So it's kind of like a darker, shimmery brown color. I'll show you what it looks like. So that's the color. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put that on the base of our eye and just kind of put it towards the bottom, and then we'll blend it up. Okay, so get it all over the base of the eye, and then take a clean finger and just kind of rub all along your crease line. Okay, and having that base on there from before, that NYX, is going to kind of help smooth it out because it gives it something to attach to. Okay, so you have that all blended out onto the eye. Now we're going to use another clean finger, and I'm going to be taking the color Garnet. So it's like a coppery, reddy brown color. Again, it's a shimmer. I'm just going to take a little tiny bit, just about that much, on my finger, and that's going to go on the outer part of my eye. So I just put a little tiny bit on there, And I'm just going to use my finger to kind of blend that up into the crease and kind of pull it. I'm pulling it out, so I'm taking my finger and pulling out back into the V, and then you can kind of take a little bit, pull it in, pull it out, and then just keep going. Just keep going until you get a nice blended effect. Okay? Now we're going to do the brow bone. So what I'm going to do is just wipe off a finger. So I'm just going to use my pointer finger. So wipe your finger off. And I'm just going to take a plain white. So if you have any white, go ahead and do that. Or you can use like a cream color. Just any light color will do. Just put that right on your finger. And just pull that right under the brow bone. Kind of pull it down into the shadow that you already have. And then if you want to take your last clean finger that you have other than your thumb, just kind of blend that all out. So that's the eye look that we're doing. So I'm just going to go ahead, do the other eye, and then I'll be back. Okay, one last thing that I forgot is we're going to do the inner highlight of the eye. So what I'm going to use for that is kind of a light gold color. This is called light bronze. So again, just wipe off your finger and make sure your hands are clean. Don't want to forget to mention that. Just go ahead and just dab that on the inner part of the eye, and then just take your pinky finger and just kind of blend that in. Again, do that on the other eye. Take your pinky finger and just blend that in. Okay, so there's the highlight of the eyes. So now we're going to go ahead and I'm going to put some eyeliner on. For the eyeliner, obviously, you don't need to have a brush unless you want to use gel. So if you don't have gel, I would just use a marker eyeliner. This is a Be a Bombshell. I love this stuff. Again, this is just a felt tip, or if you'd like, if you want to smudge your eye, you can go ahead and use a pencil eyeliner. This is just the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On that I have. I usually rim my inner eyelid with that. So I'm just going to go ahead and put the eyeliner on, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and just put a thin layer of eyeliner on, and then just go ahead and tightline your eyes. Okay, so I just went ahead and tightlined my eyes, and just going to go ahead and apply some mascara, which I already have on, but I'm just using the NYX Provocateur. It's 2 brushes in one. So I've been trying this out to see if I like it better than the Balm Bodybuilder, which so far I like it. So as you can see, that is that. And now we're going to go for the cheeks. So for a blush and for a highlight, there's actually 2 different things, or a few different things that you can do. I'm going to be using these e.l.f. blush and highlighters. They're just little sticks. So I'll show you what the highlighter looks like. And that's what the highlighter looks like. And this is what the this is what the blush, so this is what the blush looks like. So mine's going to be a golden kind of peachy color. So you can do that, or another option is, I got this in my Ipsy bag, which they are highlighting papers from my Couture. So what I do is I just rip one out, and I actually use these one piece of paper multiple times. So it just looks like this. You just take it and then you just wipe it onto your cheek, and then you can just blend it out with your hand if you want to. Or another option that you can do for either highlighter or blush, if you have them, is I just have like one for highlighter. This is a Physicians Formula, so it's actually a liquid highlighter. So you can just go ahead, brush that on. Even for a blush, you can use like Benetint, and then just kind of rub that into your cheeks. But I'm going to go ahead and use these 2. So for the blush, just going to put that onto the apples of my cheek. And do that. And then you're just going to go ahead, take your fingers, and blend that out. I'm going to pull it up into your temples. Okay. And then I'm going to use the highlighter. So just kind of rub that on there. And then you're just going to, again, use your hands to blend that out. Okay. And let's see, did I forget anything? Oh, well, you can do lips if you want. I mean, obviously, most people don't use brushes for that, but what I'm going to use for my lips is a Tarte Lip Surgeon in Elite. So that's what that looks like. So I'm just going to... I love these. They're so minty, so soft and smooth. And then the last step that we're going to do is put a lip gloss over it. Again, I'm going to be using an NYX and NYX Brush On Lip Gloss. And this is in Oro, O-R-O. So it's like a gold bronzy color. So what I'm going to do is just put a little, because this is really crazy gold color. What I'm going to do is take a little bit and just put it right there, right in the center of my lip. I'm just going to kind of smooth it out a little bit. And if you put it in the center of your lips, it's going to kind of give like a color changing gradient effect. And if you put something a little bit brighter in the middle of your lips, it makes them look fuller. So if you have, you know, thinner lips, try to make the center of your lips a little bit more highlighted, and that's going to let your lips look a lot fuller. So we just did everything without using any makeup brushes at all. We got a full face. Also, if you want, you can use, you know, gel for your eyebrows. You can also use a finishing spray if you want. So there's lots of different options that you can do without using any makeup brushes at all. So if you forget them, or if you just don't have the money, I used a lot of e.l.f. products. These were like $1. I mean, $1, they work really well. I got an e.l.f. powder in here. I think this NYX mascara was like $5 or $6. So there's a lot of really cheap products that you can buy and start using makeup without having to use a whole thing of brushes, because I know brushes can be quite expensive. If you do want to get brushes and you want to just start out, I would recommend just getting some e.l.f. brushes, just really cheap ones, and then you can kind of work your way up from there. Okay, so this is the look. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial and it taught you something. If you have any other questions or anything related to makeup or how not to use brushes or how to get started, please let me know in the comments below and I'll try my best to answer them. Thanks guys, bye! Okay. And this is what the this is what the blush